Good morning. I just got my cup of coffee and I'm gonna go outside just for a couple seconds to see what it's like. Well, the sun is out. Ooh, little breezy. Yeah, little cool to be twisting wire outside, so I think I'll go get into my chair. We can sit, chat, twist wire together. Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that. Well, I've got to take care of my puppies first. Let's go to my puppies. Yes? Yes? This is Odie. And this is Mila. Yep. Okay. Here you go. Yay! Yay! Such a cool puppies. Okay, you guys go do your thing. Everybody is settled in for the morning. Coffee is good. Hi everyone, my name is Carol, artist of Onlytrees, and it's probably been about 3 months since I have put a video together, and I was thinking to myself yesterday is like, you need to reach out and say hi to everybody and let them know what you've been up to. So here I am. Anyway, today I'm working on white and peridot wire. I've already cut my wire into the lengths that I need. I'm using a 22 gauge white, and my lengths are 24 inches long. Also, I cut my peridot. I'm going to be using peridot today, and I'm going to be making loops. Yes, you guessed it. I'm going to be making loops. You might have seen, if you've been following me for quite a while, I do most of my trees by creating the loops first and then creating different flowers out of the loops that I create. So I've got 3 pieces of wire, 2 white, 1 peridot. I usually use gold, but for some crazy reason, when I was wrapping wire not this morning, when I was wrapping wire the other day, I was using peridot instead of gold. Usually I use white and gold. Today I'm using the peridot 24-inch lengths, and I'm making loops. So I have my 3 pieces of wire, and to make my loops, I take my fingers around and make a loop. I'm going to twist this loop 3 half turns. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make a loop right next to it. So bringing the wire around, just like that. 3 half turns also with the 2 end wires here. 3 half turns. 1, 2, 3. And then this last loop that I just created, I'm going to twist that also. 3 half turns. Nice and tight. 1, 2, 3. When you twist at least 3 half turns, you are locking your wire into place. I'm going to do this all the way through till I completely get to the end of this wire. When I'm creating the Crepe Myrtle tree, I'm thinking of size. So for this technique, I use approximately 50 of these sets of loops to create one tree. And again, like I said, this is just one step of creating that Crepe Myrtle wire tree for about a 10 to 11 inch in height tree. The crown will be pretty heavy on this tree, so when you're thinking about creating the Crepe Myrtle, use a wire that will be sustainable for the amount of weight that's going to be on the crown of the tree. So the next step after the loops are created, all I do is take my loops and I split them open. When creating the Crepe Myrtle, for me, it does not matter where the gold or peridot is. I just separate the loops just like this. Okay. And this takes time. Every tree I create takes time. This step, if you're going to create a tree that is between 10, 11 inches tall, I would say this is about, from beginning to end, from straight wire to end of flower, could be almost between 8 and 9 hours of twisting just for this part of the tree. Good things take time. But when this tree is complete, it will last forever, generations, creating a tree to hand down to the next generation. Okay, I have all of my loops open. I've got some of the peridot on one side, peridot on the other side. That really doesn't matter. I'm taking my needle nose pliers, and this is where the technique comes in now for the Crepe Myrtle tree. It's just to take in the center of your loop, okay? And about 2.5 turns for each loop. So 1, 2, and as I am twisting, I'm kind of pushing down. I'm going to try to keep my hand up in the camera so you can see. I'm now taking the peridot, I'm twisting 1, and I'm pushing down a little bit, twisting again 2, pushing down a little bit into the center where all of the wires been twisted together, and maybe a half turn, so I'm getting this effect. One more time. I'm working on that white loop now. 2 turns, pushing inward a little bit. 1 and 2. Okay, that's just 3 loops that I finished. Now I'm going to the peridot again. 2 turns, 1, 2, bringing them close together. On the white loop now, 2 turns, 1, 2, pushing down in towards the center, but keeping the loop kind of loose And again, that third loop, 2 turns, 1, 2, and this is the effect that you're going to get. And you do this all the way across. So let's sit back, twist a little bit. Let's see, what can I tell you I have been up to the past 3 months? Well, I've been doing some classes. I have a small shop in the neighborhood, and I have been doing personal classes and classes up to 4 people per class, and we spend about 2.5 hours together, and we create a basic tree. What else have I been? Oh, hey, you know what? I need to say thank you to, if you are all sitting right here in front of me and we are twisting wire together, and you found my page, you have been watching me, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for subscribing to my page, and I hope that I am giving you the inspiration to try this craft artwork to create wire trees. My goal is to share any new concepts that I have learned over the years, and also just learning new techniques. I haven't done a whole lot of new techniques lately because I've been busy creating basically the same kind of tree, but it's just popping on, throwing out new ideas. I'm still twisting on this same loop, talking at the same time, trying to concentrate. Yeah, concentrate. What is concentration? I don't know. Let's see. Get those loops. Okay. I do enjoy putting videos together. And I hope, like I said earlier, I hope that you're getting some inspiration out of it. All right, so now I have my white crepe myrtles. So that's going to be the next step. Now for the leaf on the crepe myrtle. So crepe myrtles in the United States are a southern tree, so like anywhere south. Let's see. Geography now. I would say from the Maryland line south is when you'll start to find some beautiful crepe myrtle trees, and they're probably in bloom this time of the year. Maybe it's a little bit late. I live in Pennsylvania, so we don't have these beautiful trees up here, but when I go down south, that's just one tree I just absolutely love. I try to get as close as I can and just enjoy the structure of God's art that He creates this particular tree. Okay, so for the next step is the leaf. I'm taking, this is peridot. This is a 24 gauge peridot. I have 22 gauge teal, and I have 22 gauge army green. I'm going to take these 3 strands, and again, I'm going to create loops. Now this is for the leaves that I create when making the crepe myrtle flower. So again, it's the loop. All right, I'm making the loop. I'm taking the 3 strands, loop, 3 half turns, make another loop right next to it, taking the two end pieces right here, 3 half turns, 1, 2, 3, and then don't forget that loop on the side, 3 half turns, 1, 2, 3, and that is the beginning. And I will continue this all the way 24 inches in length to get my loops. I'll get 5 sets and I'll be right back. Okay, maybe you put me on pause and created your loops. You got them done? I got my loops done. So now, again, the same kind of concept with the white that we just did, we're going to do with the green. We're just going to open up the loops. It doesn't matter what color goes where for this particular Crepe Myrtle. Again, opening up. My fingers, I'm sorry, they're in the way. It's just the way this camera is set up. But I'm just pulling out the loops, knowing that I twisted my wire nice and tight. Doesn't matter where the colors land, just opening these up. Okay, I'm working on the leaves. I love using these 3 colors. This is the army green, the teal, and the peridot, and I've got my loops are all open. Now I'm taking another, I use many different kinds of pliers. For this one, it's just a small pliers, but all I'm doing in the loops here is just pulling them out to make it look a little bit oval shape with hopefully a little bit of a point, just pulling them out. And I'm going to each and every loop oval with a point, so you're pulling, stretching. Okay, now I do use this technique for many different trees that I create, but for this particular one, when I'm working on the Crepe Myrtle, there is one extra step that I do after this, because the Crepe Myrtle leaves on the tree are a little bit smaller. After this step, I try to make these leaves a little bit smaller. So let me straighten these out so you can see them a little bit better. Okay, so they're kind of long and lanky, and this works for many different kinds of trees depending on what you're looking for. And again, as an artist, there are no wrong ways to create a wire tree. This is just how I do it. I love creating realistic wire trees. So I really do a lot of looking at images. I go to Google and I look at trees, and then I'll take into the next step the characteristics of that tree. Maybe I will do some Pinterest searching on sayings of different kinds of trees just to get into that vibe. Then again, I'll look for the tree without leaves so I can see the characteristics of the roots and the trunk along with the branches. Okay, back to creating smaller leaves. So after this effect, what I do is take the tip of one of the leaves that we've just created, and I bend it in half all the way down. Okay, just like that. Take another leaf and I go in a complete opposite direction, just at the tip and bending it over. Just at the tip and bending it over. You can see that it just gives me a smaller, more dense leaf. So it's at the point, bend it over in one direction to the point, bend it over in the other direction, and then take that third one at the point, bend it over, and you get a smaller, dense looking leaf. So here's one that I didn't do, and here's one that I just did. All right, next step. Oh, yeah, we'll continue till you get all the way through. And I also do about 50 of these for one tree. So we're talking already 100 sets, 50 of the green and 50 of the white that I just did, or any color if you're going to do the dynamite red or the blue or the purple crepe myrtles like the white that we're working on today. Okay, I took a minute and now I have my leaves. I call these the crimped leaves because it's, so the long leaves, these are my crimped leaves. I have my white crepe myrtle flowers out of the wire. So now I want to put these together. Now the crepe myrtle tree is a big bloom at the end of the branch. So that's what I want to create here. With the green towards me and the white towards you, I'm going to go to this second flower and the first green, and I'm going to put them together side by side. Just like that. Okay? Twist a little bit, maybe 2 half turns, just to get that in there. 1, 2, I'm gonna go 3 so that they're locked into place. I'm going to bring the white in between this next set. There's the first one, here's the second one. I'm bringing that white flower over towards me. All right, reach it all the way around, push it all the way around. All right, and bring it through me, taking this third white flower, bringing it all the way through, reaching to the other side. All right, so now I have 3 flowers. Get my fingers out of the way so you can see it. This is the third one right here. Okay, I'm going to bend it down. All right, I'm bending it down now, and then up, under. Okay, I've got it under now. All right, I'm holding this towards me, trying to talk to you, showing you how I do this. So I hope you get it. If not, pause it, repeat it, and I know that you will catch on. So, okay, so now I have my flowers underneath. I want to bring it back up towards me so that I now have a white flower on the other side of the green leaf. Okay, so here's the first one, my green leaf, and then the one that I just twisted up right next to it. Okay, now that leaves me with 2 flowers left over. I still have all of this. All right, I'm bringing this end piece in between this first flower, bringing this flower in between, okay, over and down, under, and bringing that flower right back up and pulling it. This is where you're stretching and tweaking the wire, and bringing that that fourth flower right in front of that green leaf. Okay, so now I've got 3. I've got one here, I've got the leaf in the middle, I've got a flower here. I just put this one all the way in the front, so the 3 white flowers that you're creating all together. All right, I still have 1 flower here. I'm bringing that one down, around, back up to the next flower. Okay, I still have this little bit of wire here. Now this is where I want to connect this and this wire here. I'm just going to bring all of that together, kind of smashing it together. Doesn't look pretty at first, okay? I have all these ends. I'm going to twist them together. Get your needle nose pliers, twist it all together. Okay, so you've got all of this wire, and then the flower, okay? And then you want to shape it, okay? It's kind of messy right now. So shaping the flower is to angle it, okay? Angle this downward. Even bringing that leaf in here, just pushing everything towards the end of that wire. I'm bringing the wire close to me so I can see it better. All right, and this is what you're going to get. And when that tree when the branch is completed, you're going to see that this is the end of the branch. Does that make sense? Yes, of course it does. Okay, this was 1. 49 more to go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Again, all I want to do is share some inspiration, motivation. I hope that you're getting some enjoyment out of my videos as we go along. There's a lot of them to choose from the dogwoods, the pink dogwoods, white dogwoods, the crepe myrtles, the willow trees, the blue spruce trees. I have them all here. I show you what I do. If you like what you see, I hope that you will subscribe. Hit that bell button for any updates as I put my videos on. You have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will talk soon.